Always does that to me. Always does it. Anyway, in the last part, we were talking about Street Fighter 9, which came out last month. Now, let's talk about what came out, the issue that came out last week. Issue 10. Cover A. They have two covers. It's okay. Udon doesn't charge extra, unlike certain companies, for a different cover. In this issue, it starts off, mind you guys, I did not read issue 1 through 8, so I'm in a little bit of a, like, blank when it comes to what's going on. But Rose somehow is inside Bison, and it's made known he's fighting her in his subconscious when the issue starts. After that is the fight between Walrog and Cammy, and it was a double KO. Short fight. Both of them were knocked out. Mind you, there's a tournament going on, and in the end of the tournament, the winner faces Bison. Now, basically, everybody lost. Ken backed out. The double KO knocked out the third person to fight Bison, and now it's just up between Ryu and Sagat. And just a little thing, I'm going to say it now. I don't care how you pronounce Ryu's name. I grew up as a child calling Ryu Ryu, not Ryu, not the way the new games. I understand the new games and the animes all call him Ryu, but I grew up saying Ryu. If I'm wrong, I'm not saying I'm an expert, and I didn't create him anyway, so I don't care. I even agree with Michael. It's Ryu, in my opinion.
I agree.
Exactly. So and I know if Kev was here, he'd be arguing with me right now. I'm going to call him Ryu. Okay, so I mean, you could disagree with how I call him, but it's not the name that matters. It's the substance of the comic book anyway. That tops all else, in my opinion. I could care less what if it's Ryu, or something completely different that we all are pronouncing it wrong. But anyway, it's Sagat versus Ryu, and it's like one of those rivalries. For those of you who know the game, you know that this is a huge rivalry, and it was weird because it was more like Sagat was more calm. It wasn't looking for revenge. He was just looking for a good fight. And of course, Ryu beat Sagat and is the winner of the tournament. Well, not the winner of the tournament. The winner going against Bison. And Sagat, after he helps Sagat up, says it was an awesome fight. I look forward to our next battle. And Ryu says the same. And he walks off, and then Bison shows up. And the last few panels shows Ken, E Honda, and T-Hawk under some type of mind control or whatever Bison's been doing. He has them all controlled. That's how at last issue you see Ken got knocked out by the gas and Bison was there. And basically the very last panel is Ryu's like, come at me, let's finish this now, and you just see him doing a Psycho Crusher. This is a series I think if you're a Street Fighter fan, you should pick up. It is awesome. It is true to its story. It's true to the actual characters and their moves. Every character, when they do their move, it is spelled and it is done identical to the game. I loved the last series that came out, which was, I believe, It wasn't the last series. It was 2 series back. It was in Trade Paperback 3. Sadly, the comic store I was going to at the time, I wasn't collecting online. I was getting through a comic store, stopped buying, so I was unable to finish the Street Fighter series. But Street Fighter has, here, I'll show you guys some of the artwork. It has amazing artwork. It has backup stories, and for a comic book that is $4, you get what you pay for. Like here, you got a Hadouken. It is really great artwork. Enough said. Anybody who likes comic books and likes Street Fighter knows that you should be getting this. Udon Comics does a really good job of telling the story of Street Fighter, the end. And you could jump on any issue and basically catch up. You could be caught up. I caught up in 2 issues. I know exactly what's going on. So to review really fast before we get into anything else, we're going to go down the list. Uncanny X-Men 515 is the issue you should start if you want to start Uncanny X-Men Nation X, not 516. Blackest Night Flash, if you want, pick it up. Dark Wolverine, a nice jump on point. I like the comic. It was good. It was a good comic this week. X-Force 22, not one to jump on, not one to get if you haven't been buying already, but it is a good comic book if you'd like to start up on X-Force. Outsiders 25, a great comic. I'd pick it up, especially if you got 24 because of the rings. Clone Saga, like I said, if you have the old one, and if you know what happened in the Clone Saga, unnecessary. Blackest Night, Superman, Batman 67, pass. It was terrible. Green Lantern Corps 43, a must-buy. I would get it, especially if you're into the Blackest Night. It is a great story, a great comic. Anti-Venom, New Ways to Live Part 3. If you didn't get the other two parts, skip it. Not a big deal, not a big loss. The disappointment of Captain America Reborn, now there being a 6-part. If you've been getting it, why not? Continue. If you haven't been getting it, skip it. We all know Captain America's back. Dark Avengers 12. If you haven't been buying it, don't buy it. If you have been buying it, get it. It was an okay issue. That's all I can say on that. Justice League of America 40. For God's sakes, don't buy it. Even if you got 39. It's not the Justice League of America that everybody thinks it is. It's not like the cartoon. It's not like the way it was. Leave it alone for a while. Eventually, DC Comics will either fix it or they'll just drop it completely. Then The Amazing Spider-Man 615. If you want it, it's great. It's the first part of Sandman. It's better than Electro. Up to you. I liked it. I give it a 4 out of 5. Armor Wars Ultimate Comics. You should be getting it, part 3 or 4. If you have been getting it right along, get it. If you haven't, I'm sure you can find the other 2 parts out there. It's not that hard. Supergirl 48. Like I said, Superman's going through a shit time right now. If you've been getting it right along and you're a collector of Superman, get it. If not, skip it. Batman 694, continuing the story from last time. Like I said, if you've been getting it, get it. If not, it is not jump on friendly. Go 2 issues back and get this as well. It's good. I think it's good. Astonishing X-Men 33. It was good. I failed to mention that there was a ship in the atmosphere that was cloaked. I want to just add that. Really good comic. I like Astonishing X-Men. Not jump on friendly. Get, once again, 2 issues back and get this as well. Astonishing X-Men is great, though. Street Fighter 9A and 10A. If you are I can't say get it because it depends. If you are a Street Fighter fan and you really want to see the comic book telling of it, get it, if like me. If not, then you can skip it. Udon does a really good job, great artwork, and great story. Now, I know you guys are going to say that's like 18 comics. I'd like to add, there are 2 comics I just added to my collection. Green Lantern #1, signed by Geoff Johns, or Geoff Johns, number 150 of only 1,000 made. I have the certificate of authenticity that came along with it. And that's 1. And then I also got number 68 of only 999, Identity Crisis Countdown, the one-shot, 80-page, signed by Jim Lee and my favorite painter of all time, Alex Ross. This is the first comic book I have that has a dual signature. Once again, Dynamic Force, certificate of authenticity. Really quick, when it comes to signatures on comics, if you're buying them signed to sell at a later time for more money, it depends on the signature. I get it because I like these artists and I want their signatures. I'm not buying these for resale value in another few years. Signatures don't really do anything for a comic depending on, first of all, if you got a comic like Green Lantern signed by Stan Lee who had nothing to do with Green Lantern, it's going to be worth crap. But signatures don't really normally boost a price for a comic. It just is an add-on for those of us who are fans of the writers and artists. If you want something signed that's great for yourself, don't buy it because you want to sell it, because it doesn't really raise the value of the comic that much. I mean, I'm sure you can go on eBay and ask for $1,000 and somebody will be willing to spend it, but still. Okay, now on to quick news. I got this alert from Midtown about this week's order, which is 2 comic reviews from now. I think it's very nice of Midtown. Basically, it says, you didn't have to zoom in, thank you, Michael. Basically, it says that the week of December 30th, which is this week, only 1 title that has a subscription is coming out, Blackest Night #6. Thank you for the finger, Michael. So with that, that means we're going into another part.